And now from America's election headquarters. Tonight, senior national correspondent John Roberts continues his series on the candidates and the issues that matter most to you. This evening, we tackle the explosive topic of immigration reform.
It is the most charged issue of 2016 and the one that divides the Republican candidates the most. Immigration and what to do about the millions of people in this country illegally.
We have to build a wall, folks.
True to form, Donald Trump is the most outspoken on the issue, insisting the U.S. must wall itself off from illegal immigration. But he's not alone. Ted Cruz says he too would build a wall, a fence actually, along 700 miles of border. He's joined by Marco Rubio and Ben Carson. Jeb Bush has only said he'd expand some fencing. Trump also made headlines when he insisted he would round up and deport the 11 million people in the U.S. illegally.
Mr. Trump's plans are not grounded in conservative principles. It would cost hundreds of billions of dollars. It's not realistic. It won't be implemented.
Not surprisingly, Trump stands alone on that issue. Cruz says he would deport criminals. Rubio would deport criminals in recent entries. Bush says mass deportations are un-American, while Carson would let them stay.
If you haven't otherwise violated our laws, I think people are very reasonable with what you will do with people that are here that can pass a background check, learn English, pay a fine, start paying taxes.
Rubio, who got himself into a heap of hot water with his comprehensive immigration reform bill in 2013, would give undocumented immigrants a path to legal status. Trump says he'd grant legal status to people who left, then came back legally. Bush supports a path to legal status, and Carson would give illegals 6 months to register as guest workers. In 2013, Ted Cruz appeared to support legal status, then earlier this year said the matter would have to wait until the border is secure, then said no when pushed for an answer by Rubio in the last debate.
Does Ted Cruz rule out ever legalizing people that are in this country illegally now?
Senator Cruz?
I have never supported legalization.
Do you rule it out?
I have never supported legalization, and I do not intend to support legalization.
While he supports legal status, Trump would never grant illegal immigrants citizenship, even if they left and came back. Neither would Cruz. Rubio and Bush would give them a chance over time to become citizens, while Carson would grant a path to citizenship under certain conditions,
including leaving the country so that they're legal and apply from the outside, unless the American people indicate that they want a different course than that.
On sanctuary cities, Trump, Cruz, and Carson say they would put an end to them. Rubio, whose Gang of 8 immigration bill would have rewarded sanctuary cities, now wants to end them too. Bush says only that he would crack down if they didn't enforce the law. A huge part of the illegal population in America comprises legal visitors who overstayed their visas. Trump and Cruz would implement criminal penalties for visa overstays. Rubio would adopt new measures short of criminal action. Bush has said he would, quote, politely ask them to leave, while Carson hasn't decided what he'd do. Trump and Cruz would also end birthright citizenship for illegal immigrants, as would Carson. Rubio would leave it alone, while Bush says it's part of what makes the U.S. exceptional. All the candidates say they would increase manpower on the border and use more technology to secure the frontier. Carson said he'd even bring in the U.S. military. They all agree on the need to reform legal immigration, but split on whether to allow more skilled workers into the country. Trump is against increasing H-1B visas for skilled workers, but would end the practice of sending foreigners educated here back to their home countries.
Those are the people. We need those people. We need them in Silicon Valley. We need them in Manhattan. We need them in Dallas. We need them. Why are we throwing them out?
After previously saying he'd increase visas for highly skilled workers by 5-fold, Ted Cruz did a 180 and now opposes the idea altogether. Rubio would allow more as long as companies first offer the jobs to American workers. Bush says the current level is hopelessly inadequate, while Carson hasn't revealed what he'd do.
There's no question this will be one of the top issues of the general election, particularly for Hispanic voters. Democrats are already portraying the Republican candidates as hostile to Hispanics on immigration. So any Republican plan must satisfy the base without turning away voters they need to win. In Atlanta, John Roberts, Fox News.